friends, queridos hermanos y hermanas en Cristo. I'm really glad, I'm very happy now. Estoy muy contento. Después de casi 2 años, veo mi ascension lleno. Una fuerte aplauso, ¿verdad? Claro. 2 años tuve que esperar, es decir, pandemia pierde, nosotros ganamos. Nadie puede con Ascension, siempre estamos ganando esta batalla. Seguimos batallando, pero sabemos que vamos al final, la ganancia, la victoria es nuestra. Muchas felicidades. Yo también estoy feliz cuando veo a mis pequeños santos y santas vestidas, y yo pensé que realmente es comunidad de Madre Teresa. Llegó una monja a dirigir a los niños, así pensé, exactito lo ve, así ya hasta sabe usar el sari, ¿verdad? Es muchas felicidades. Una fuerte aplauso a los niños, ¿verdad? Muchas felicidades. I told we will be having a bilingual mass. I don't see any English community here. Only English speaking community? Anybody here? Please raise your hand. Okay, good. At least for one person I should be just full. So, of course, I'm very happy today because after waiting 2 years, almost going to be 2 years, our ascension was empty, then started slowly filling up. Because of the pandemic, when I look at here today night, we are church full. That is why I'm glad my people are back. They still have that feeling for God in their mind and their heart, and I am overjoyed because of this love you showed to Jesus. Today, as we celebrate the feast of All Saints Day, it was not in the beginning. All Saints Day was not in the beginning. In the beginning of the church, we had the All Martyrs Day. We know that the first 3 centuries, there were so many martyrs. The church was persecuted. The church faced lot of objections and obstructions and attack from the Roman Empire. So they started killing those who profess the Christian faith. So in the early first 3 centuries, the church had to go through so much of these martyrdoms. So they started remembering those martyrs. First of all, in the Eastern Church, they are the one who started these feasts. The Eastern Church, they remember all the martyrs, especially in 313, because of the big edict. The big Constantine proclaimed the Magna Carta that the church can freely celebrate the feast, celebrate or do the worship. So there was no more persecution from the AD 313. And the freedom the church received, then they had more opportunity to remember those people who died past 300 years. So that day they wanted to remember each martyrs, but it was impossible. There were hundreds, maybe thousands. So they couldn't name each one. So in the spring season, the beginning of the spring season, around March, they started remembering all the martyrs' day. But by Gregory III, they started remembering as a All Saints Day. And it was not fixed the date. Only by Gregory IV, around the 4th century, by the end of the 4th century, we had they fixed November 1st as the All Saints Day, because oh Lord, who are saints? Who are the saints? Anybody who is in the presence of God, they are saints. Even maybe our grandma, the grandpa who never missed a church, always was there for helping others, always reciting the rosary and novenas, educating their siblings, the children and grandchildren, and led a holy life. I could say my great-grandma, I knew her when I was around 12-year-old. At that time, she was 105. And she became widow at the 33-year-old. And all her life, around 80-something years, she joined the third order of the Franciscans, the lay order, and dedicated her life only in prayer and spirituality. And I have no doubt my great-grandma is a saint. I have no doubt. And she is listening me today. I remember her as a saint. Of course, my grandpa, grandma, they may be saint later. Maybe they have to go through some times in the purgatory, who knows. But we know that. There are people we can be sure of that they are in the presence of God. And them we honor. Not only those names the church proclaimed, because of the two miracles they performed, because of their intercession, they showed a couple of extra supernatural intervention in the life of the human being that we call the miracles. So because of those miracles, the church proclaimed them as saint. We have Mother Teresa, Saint Teresa of Calcutta, John Paul II, Saint John Paul II. So a lot of saints we have. Faustina, San Bosco, Dominic Savio, Maria Goretti. Thousands of saints we have because people have a devotion to those saints, like Padre Pio had a devotion, then started asking them favor or intercession, and they do that favor to those people who came to their tomb and prayed to them. They don't do any miracles. They are asking Jesus because they had an intimate relationship with Jesus. Because of that relation, they feel free to go to Jesus and say, these children are asking for some kind of grace. Lord, have mercy on them. That is what the saints do. They don't do that. They don't perform any miracles. They're just asking the Lord, Lord, have mercy on them. Like Mary in the wedding in the Cana. The Lord, they don't have any wine. That is what she said. Son, they don't have any wine. Do you know what you have to do? That is what the saints do. Lord, they have this need. You know what you have to do. So the miracle is from the Lord, not from the saints. Saints don't do the miracles. It is the Lord himself do the miracle because the one saint, a dear one to the Lord, asked of that. So that is what we remember today. Why they became saints? Today is in the gospel we heard that because they are the one blessed. Because they knew how to be, how they became saints, because they are poor in the spirit. There was no attachment. Their attachment to these material things. Blessed are the poor in spirit, completely detached with the worldly things. And blessed are the meek. They are humble enough. They lived a humble life. Those who are mourning and those who have been persecuted, they suffered. They knew how to suffer patiently. And they work for the peace, they work for the justice, they fought for the justice. All these are the actions a person to become a saint. That means a real Christian life. That is what all the Christian life is all about. To live in this world, working for the peace, working for the justice, enduring the sufferings and passions, and also have a detachment to the worldly things and preaching the gospel, to have the real purity of the heart, real good intention in the heart. And also they preach the gospel and they face a lot of obstacles and hindrances on their preaching and evangelization. That is how they became priests. Ordinary Christian, living the Christian life fully, they became saints. And we honor them, we remember them. Why we do remember them? Because they left us behind a real role model. They taught us how to become a saint. And that is why we dress ourselves like a saint. The thinking that I can walk the way, now I dress like a saint, now I will be living like a saint. Now I dress like a Mother Teresa, Faustina, Don Bosco, Bishop Romero. I seen some of them are here, even though he's sleeping there. But and yeah, maybe that is how, now we know that. We are dressed up like Romero, and we try to live like that saint. Live like that saint. That is why we celebrate today. And it should be not only just one day, it should be a celebration of every day in our life. How can we, what extra we can do? Watch a movie tomorrow, take a Netflix movie, look for a saints movie. Parents, mom and dad, sit with your children, put any saint, put a saint movie, there will be something in Netflix. Hopefully there will be. All these cochinadas there are there, but I don't know. And, but there are good movies there, saintly movie. Watch that movie tomorrow. If you dress like, what are you, honey? Santa Ana, Saint Anne. Tomorrow your mom and dad will sit with you and Google it. What is the history of Saint Anne? Okay, read the history. That Saint Anne will pray for you and inspire you to become another Saint Anne, real Saint Anne, not just to dress up like Saint Anne. And who else can tell me? Mother Teresa's. I see two Mother Teresa's. She had done a great lot of things, I knew personally, I can boast myself, I knew her, but but I knew her life very late because that was such a holy life. I knew the external life, but holy life. Dig into the holy life of Mother Teresa. That is 40 years of the loneliness she felt, the 40 years of the suffering she had. Go through that, then we will appreciate those things. Not only she just fed the poor, embraced the leper, took care of the children, unwanted children, she also suffered a lot. Blessed are those who are meek, those who are suffering. Jesus today say, that is how they became saints. So we honor them for the life they lived, and they left us a beautiful example. Friends, hermanos, ya la dije mucho en inglés, ya saben todo, ¿verdad? Ya no tengo que decir en español. En la fiesta de todos los santos no tenía en el principio tenía todos los mártires, porque los primeros 3 siglos la iglesia fue perseguido por el imperio romano y tenía un montón de cristianos, moría como las moscas bajo la espada de los romanos. No era uno, no era dos, no era 3. En principio a cada mártir ellos empezó a honrar, pero ya venían miles, no 1, 2. No eran cobardes como nosotros a veces, ¿verdad? Cuando queremos mostrar nuestra fe, defender la fe, hacemos chicken. Ellos no así eran. Ellos sí enfrentaron a los soldados y la espada, sí profesaron en la fe. Yo lo recuerdo aquí en la película de Cristo, ¿cómo se llama? Los Cristeros. Okay. Viva Cristo Rey, dile que renuncies a Cristo. Aquí el niño que dijo, viva Cristo Rey, ese llama tener pantalón. Cada cristiano debe tener este pantalón, decir, yo soy católico, pase lo que pase, yo me profeso mi fe. Nadie puede separarme de mi fe. Ese se llama el verdadero mártir. Hoy no tenemos que perder la vida para ser mártir. Si tiene una novia o novio, tú eres muy buen católico, ya se conectaste con un novio ateo. Ya es el tiempo para ti para ser un mártir. Cuando el novio dice, no, ¿para qué va a la misa? ¿Para qué rezas? Eres una cucaracha de la iglesia y un montón de ataques y chantajes. Si tú vas a la misa, ya no voy a andar contigo. Aquí el momento, tu novia eres capaz de decir, viva Cristo Rey. O tú ser como cobarde o quedarse bien con mi novio, ahí va para allá, ya no van a la misa, ya no van a la oración, ya no hay novena, abandona a Dios. Ahí está el martirio verdadero de hoy. Ya no es la espada que nos hace mártires, este tipo de chantajes, este tipo de materialismo nos hace mártires. Ande este materialismo. Ande esta cobarde, ande esta COVID. También es el martirio, ¿verdad? A pesar del COVID, mucha gente en mi pueblo han venido a la misa. Todavía unos ahí sentados bien a gusto en la sofá pensando, es el tiempo de COVID, ya no tenemos que ir a la misa. No, señores, ahorita es el tiempo que mostrar nuestra verdadera fe. Yo tengo miedo, claro que sí. Yo estoy con todo el pueblo, cada momento de la confesión es en la misa, estoy involucrado en la escuela, todo, hasta que puede tener, pero yo lo digo, pase lo que pase, yo tengo que ejercer como sacerdote. Pase lo que pase, yo tengo que ejercer mi vida como un verdadero cristiano, verdadero católico. Yo voy a la misa, yo hago la confesión, yo voy a los rosarios, a la catequesis. Y es el tiempo mostrar aquel martirio sin derramar la sangre. Un martirio que podemos dar testimonio. Martirio significa testimonio. Dar un testimonio de mi fe en este tiempo de COVID. Entonces, al principio, los mártires fueron honrados. Era el tiempo de primavera, recordaban. Gregorio III lo dijo, no vamos a añadir, ya se acabó. La iglesia tuvo paz con el edicto que tuvo Constantino el año 313. Firmaron una carta magna, tener paz para la iglesia. El imperio romano empezó a acabar, cristiandad empezó a crecer y la iglesia tenía libertad de celebrar la misa, ya no tiene que andar del miedo dentro de las catacumbas escondidas, no tiene que andar. Entonces él tenía muchos mártires para recordar. Era imposible recordar a cada uno. Por eso Gregorio III dijo, vamos a juntar a todos y un solo día. Y también era en tiempo de primavera. Pero Gregorio IV lo puso 1 de noviembre, casi el final del siglo IV, lo puso el 1 de noviembre como Día de los Santos. ¿Por qué ellos eran santos? Porque ellos vivieron en la vida cristiana cotidiana con un corazón grande. Por eso el evangelio de hoy tenemos sentido. ¿Qué le quisieron los santos? Tenían un tipo de desapego en las cosas materiales. Dichosos los pobres de espíritu. Aunque gozaban de las cosas del mundo, pero no se ha colgado en la cosa del mundo, no se ha pegado a las cosas del mundo, y la cosa del mundo lo utilizaba para la bendecir y vivir una vida cristianamente. Eran los que sufrían, dichosos los que lloran, dichosos los que sufren. También ellos sabían aceptar el sufrimiento con paciencia. Dichosos los que tienen hambre y sed de justicia, dichosos los que promueven la paz. También la vida social, no es que se encerrado en el cuarto y orando solamente hacen santos, no, involucraba en la vida cotidiana, promovían la justicia y la paz. Así se hicieron los santos. Y a dichoso los limpios de corazón. Cualquiera cosa que hacía con limpieza, una buena intención, con ninguna la vanagloria, ninguna para alabanza, sino simplemente un corazón sencilla, con una pureza del corazón lo hacían. Dichosos los perseguidos por causa mía. Es lo más importante, yo como lo dije, por causa de Jesús, hoy estamos perseguidos para vivir una vida cristiana. Ya no podemos proclamar el nombre de Dios en los lugares públicos. Ya sacamos a Dios de la escuela públicas. Ya no hay ni Biblia, ya no hay Dios. Ahí, ¿cómo podemos proclamar la fe, proclamar nuestra vida cristiana, católica, cómo presentar a Dios? Tal manera estamos enfrentando, dichosos los perseguidos por mi causa. Alégrense, salten de gozo, su premio será grande. Entonces, queridos hermanos, cuando recordamos a los santos que han precedido a nosotros, nos deja la tarea. Hoy en 100 años, el pueblo debe recordar a nosotros como santos. Ojalá que en este día alguien vendrá vestido como Angélica, como Don Chava, Sergio, Nati, Raimundo vendrán vestidos, porque hoy nos toca ser santos, para dejarlo una huella del, ¿cómo se llama? The footprints, para la generación por venir. Es nuestra tarea. Por eso recordamos a este día a todos los santos. Dios le bendiga.